Joining us now from South Carolina is the chief pollster at Trafalgar, Robert. Am I saying? Say your last name for me because I'm such an old guy. Cahaly, right?
Cahaly, yes,
All
sir.
right, I finally got it. It's an Irish name. I should be able to get it. Cahaly, you know. Uh, anyway, I want to run down the states. You tell me where they are and what you think is going to happen. Fair enough?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Start
sir.
with North Carolina. You have Trump up by 3, 49, Harris 46.
Yeah, that's not our final poll in North Carolina, but I do feel very confident. There are a lot of people who think that North Carolina was in play, but the fact is, even in 2022, North Carolina elected a Republican senator and expanded their majorities in both House and Senate, and that was with the new maps and everything. So
All right.
I think North Carolina's going to be solid.
Uh, I have a question about North Carolina because the GOP guy running for governor is getting waxed. He's going to lose by double digits. And is that going to hurt Trump in the Tar Heel state?
Well, we had the same thing in 2016. The Republican candidate for governor lost and Trump won. And then in 2020, the Republican for governor lost and Trump won, and we won a U.S. Senate seat in that state. So North Carolina are just really good ticket splitters, and they can look between a candidate for governor they
All right.
don't like
Now,
and the Republican Party they do like.
obviously, top of the ticket is president, so it's easier to do that. You said we. Who's we? Are you working for the Republicans?
No, I just say in the sense that like when I grew up in South Carolina, so they're neighbors, and we always kind of talk
I got
in
it.
turn. And I have a place in North Carolina as well, so I'm kind of a part-time North Carolina
I
resident.
just
So
want to
and we in that
clarify.
sense,
You know me. I mean,
absolutely.
I want everything on the table here.
Well,
All
and we
right.
believe in my company believes in being independent. I mean, certainly I am a Republican. There make no bones about that. But I care more about being right than I care about party agendas.
Good for you. Let's go south to Georgia. You've got Trump 48, Harris 46. But remember, the Atlanta area, Fulton County, and Savannah, those two places dominate in their big Harris territory.
Absolutely. But what we have seen in early voting is DeKalb, Fulton, Gwinnett, and Cobb are down, and the other counties that are more Republican are up. And that is significant because in Georgia, they don't register by party. So the fact that people are turning out in the more rural areas and the turnout in the more urban areas is down, and they have to get to 29 to 30% Black participation in early vote. And right now they're like at 27. It is significantly down, and that is a problem.
All right. Now, I have said Georgia's going to go for Trump because of Laken Riley, the University of Georgia student who was allegedly murdered by a Venezuelan criminal. I think that tilted the race toward Trump. I don't think there's any data to back that up. It's a gut feeling that I have.
But I totally agree with you
I mean,
because
I think
of
illegal
where she's from.
immigration, right, has a more intense bearing on the vote in Georgia. I also believe that you're right about North Carolina. I think it will go to Trump, but it's going to be very close there, in my opinion. Let's go out to Arizona. You have Trump 48, Harris 46, and that's a tie within a margin of error. Maricopa County, Phoenix, dominates, and there's all kinds of problems with voting in Maricopa County. So I don't know
Surprise,
about
surprise.
Arizona.
Well, one of the things we did in 2016, and we kind of pride ourselves at doing, is recognize what's called the hidden vote and the vote for Trump. It's hard. They're hard to get to tell you they're for Trump, and part of that is in 2016 it was a shame thing that they didn't want to be judged, but in 2024 we get questions like, who are you? Why are you doing this? What are you doing this information? They're worried about the government getting a list of who's for Trump. They're worried about big tech getting them. They don't want to be canceled. They don't want to have lawfare. And so you have to dig deeper to get that. And we have ways of digging in there. One of the ones that we made public after 2016 was we asking, how do you think your neighbors are going to vote? It's still a vehicle we use. It's a projection device that helps you get past what's called the social desirability bias,
I got it.
which is when people cater their answers. And what we see in Arizona is a significant hidden vote that is over 8. And usually, when you have that kind of a disparity, a third to half of that could end up being added to Trump's total. So I feel comfortable that Arizona is going to go their way, even if there are some typical Arizona shenanigans.
So even though that Trafalgar has it a dead heat with the margin of error, you believe that Arizona will go to Trump.
Right, because it's been a solid, and that's again not our final poll in Arizona, but it's been a pretty solid lead for a while.
Now you're going to put out your final poll when, so I can use it on Monday.
Yes, well they'll all be out so we use on Monday.
All right, when are you going to put it out? So I'm make sure I don't want to be taking a nap while you put it out. When's it coming out?
We'll put it out we'll put them all of them out over the weekend.
Okay,
Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania's
Sunday
big
night
one.
I'll be there. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I believe whoever wins Pennsylvania will be president. You got Trump 46, Harris 43, but you got the same problem in Pennsylvania that you have in Arizona with Philadelphia. Very shaky.
Yes,
Krasner, the district attorney, I believe is corrupt. Okay, I don't think you have any regulation in Philadelphia at all as far as voting is concerned, and it dominates the state. So I wouldn't be surprised to see all kinds of stuff emerge there.
Yes, I've been even back into 2016. I've been talking about Philadelphia and their unreliable elections. I've studied this a lot. I have people who are very involved in this, going back to the Black Panther intimidation at the polls in the Bush elections. So what I'll tell you is I generally believe that you have to win Pennsylvania by 2.5 to actually win Pennsylvania, and I feel like Trump has gotten to the threshold that he's winning Pennsylvania by enough to survive any shenanigans, any changes in the rules. I think, and I'm confident that Pennsylvania is one that will go in his column. And moreover, that's the place that we also see a significant amount of hidden vote, people nervous about staying there for Trump. So I think that added together, even with whatever the Democrats do.
And I think the African American vote is going to be down from what it was last time around. Again, economics punishing African American communities. They may not like Trump, but they're going to vote for 4 more years of that. All right, Michigan, another situation very similar. Detroit, biggest city, unreliable. You got Trump 46, Harris 44 in Michigan. What about that state?
Michigan is a unique state in the fact that it has such a significant Arab and Muslim population. And it has a lot to do with how they're going to go. I think from what we've seen, we have a lot of them that have told us that they are looking at voting third party or not voting at all. And to take those away from Kamala Harris's block, again, I agree with you. Michigan will have some shenanigans, but there's going to be a lot of people paying attention. A lot more people watching what's happening in Detroit. Absolutely. And so I think Michigan's on the bubble. But if it's a good night for Trump, Michigan goes in the win column. But
I think Harris is going to win Michigan. But I could be wrong on that. It's so, that state is so divided. But the Democrats have a very strong ground game, as you know, with Whitmer as the governor. Very strong. Okay, Nevada, I also think Harris is going to win Nevada. You have Harris up over Trump, for the only one, by a point. Why? What's happening in Nevada?
What I have seen, I'm one of those, just like you admitted, I'm one of those guys that I've got Nevada wrong 3 elections in a row, and I'm not calling Nevada because I'm for the Republicans because I really know what happened that last weekend, this weekend coming up, what they will do with the unions on the Saturday with busing people. They have a list of every union member, and they will collect their ballots, and they will do something that is amazing. It can move this race 2 or 3 points, and even though I think Trump is doing well there, they can move it.
It's not even that hard to do, Robert, because it's only Clark County. That's it.
That's right.
Vegas.
And all the votes are in a very small area. They know all of their names. And frankly, they give them paychecks. They can control a lot of what's happening with this. So
Well,
Whereas a lot of people
got
think he's going to win Nevada. I'm with
I
you.
don't. I got Harris winning there, and I don't want to offend anybody in Tonopah, but it's Vegas that matters. Who knows the capital of Nevada out there? Raise your hand. Carson City. Nobody knows that but me. I mean, a geography. Wisconsin. Now, this one is another. You got two bastions of liberalism, Madison and Milwaukee, and the rest of the state's pretty conservative. But Trump made a big splash on the garbage thing with Brett Favre and all of that. So you got Trump up by 2%. .02. That's crazy.
Well, and let me tell you what I think about that state. And this is also some experience. This is a fact your viewers might not know. Of everyone who registered to vote in 2022, 2023, and 2024, 50% plus registered and voted in November of 2022. They have same-day voter registration and voting. And so what happens is they'll go grab people off the street, college campuses, take them to the polls, register the vote, and vote. And that can move that state. And so it's one of the reasons that if he has just a hair lead there, I don't think he's going to win this one. Unless he's
well,
rolling.
Republicans are doing this same thing there, though. Republicans are got a decent ground game.
They're doing much better.
Right,
but it's
in
still gonna be
Wisconsin.
tight.
So they'll do exactly what the Democrats are going to do. I mean, I feel sorry for the old people in the little homes when they got one guy, Republican, pounding on the door, the other guy did, no, you got to do this, you got to do that.
Republicans are bound, though, to try to be honest about who they register to vote.
I know, but I don't want to generalize about corruption because we know that it across the board, but
absolutely we do.
It's more sophisticated in the Democratic precincts. So Wisconsin, I think Trump's going to win because Trump has spent a lot of time there, and the machine isn't like it is in Philadelphia or Detroit. It's not as I don't know. I think Trump has got a good chance there. All right, Robert.
We haven't done our final one there, and so
yeah.
Right now we have.
And I might even lead with it on Monday. What the Trafalgar people say. So
yes,
Atlas predicts that Trump will win nationwide. Trafalgar predicts that Trump will win nationwide. You know, I know that pending a last vote. O'Reilly does, but we all could be wrong. I mean, that's just the reality of life.
Absolutely could be, but there's also the possibility with the hidden vote we're seeing that this election could not be close and could be
that would be the best thing
day.
If it's not close. Yep. If the American people really make a statement. Okay, Robert, thanks very much.
New Hampshire.
What?
Keep your eye on New Hampshire election night. If Trump were somehow win New Hampshire or be within a couple points, they'll be reported early. If it's that close, it's going to be a big night for Trump.
Very good tip. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on X. Look for @Bill O'Reilly.